He rushed for over 100 yards in each of his first 3 collegiate contests, including 242 yards and a school record tying 5 rushing touchdowns against Swarthmore. He was named All-Centennial Conference first team in his debut campaign, but it was only a hint of what was to follow. Smith began his attack on the record books fully as a sophomore. He led all of Division III in all-purpose yardage, racking up over 2,300 yards. He garnered first-team status from the conference and picked up his first national award as a third-team All-American. Smith continued his ascent to stardom in 1998 by raising the bar again. He broke the school record for rushing yards, topping the 1,500-yard plateau, and finished second in Division III with over 2,400 all-purpose yards. Smith rushed for over 100 yards in all but one game, and he had 3 contests with 300 or more all-purpose yards. The Centennial Conference and ECAC labeled him as first-team selection, while he was lauded with national honors from a pair of organizations, including the American Football Coaches Association. The first 3 seasons of Smith's career could easily be called a preview of the main show he put on as a senior. He smashed the school and conference records for all-purpose yardage, averaging over 270 per game. Over 1,500 of those came on the ground, and he scored 19 total touchdowns, both school records. Needing just 2 yards to break Division III's career all-purpose record, Smith put on the greatest single offensive display by a running back in NCAA history against Muhlenberg. He shattered the all-divisions record with a mind-numbing 527 all-purpose yards, including a conference and school record 390 rushing yards. He scored a school record 6 touchdowns in the game, including an 80-yard touchdown reception on a play Coach Streeter claimed the running back called himself. For an encore, he rushed for 335 yards in the very next week against St. Lawrence. Smith earned his 4th straight first-team all-conference award and was named CC Co-Player of the Year. He was tagged All-America by every major organization and was named the National Co-Player of the Year by Lutheran Brotherhood. When it was all said and done, Smith owned nearly every rushing, all-purpose, punt return, kick return, and scoring record in school history. He finished as one of the only 2 athletes in NCAA all-divisions history with over 9,000 all-purpose yards. He was just the 9th player ever with over 5,000 career rushing yards, and he scored 60 total touchdowns. His average of 227 all-purpose yards per game is more than 50 better than anyone else in conference history. Smith graduated cum laude from Gettysburg with a degree in business management in 2000 and has worked with Credit Suisse since 2001. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce Paul Smith.
I promised the other inductees I'd set the bar as low as possible. Of course, I'd like to say thank you to the college, the Orange and Blue Club, not only for the great honor, but for having me back.
And I couldn't make it last year because waiting for my son to show up.
He's going to be late, but he came, he's healthy, and I'm a proud father of 2 now. Being a dad kind of makes you look back on how you got where you currently are in life. And speaking for myself, I can only say that the people that have guided me to where I am, I owe a lot of thanks to. And the first people I'd like to thank is my parents, who are here, my mom and my dad. Obviously, they're there every step of the way. And I thank you for everything you've done. The second group are my coaches. I've been in athletics my whole life, and I've been very, very lucky to have coaches who care about me as a person as well as an athlete. Coach Streeter's a great example of that. He wants to see you succeed in life and be a good person through and through. If you happen to break a few records on the way, he's not going to complain. I'd also like to thank my wife. She has been in my life since we were very small children, and she's been there for me the whole time. So thank you, dear, and happy birthday. I'd also like to thank just a few people before I go. Mike Cantelli for the perfect tape job every time. Mike always gave me a rushing prediction after every tape job. And usually he was pretty spot on. My offensive linemen, all of them. I remember the Gettysburg, or the Muhlenberg game. They were happier than me. And I remember particularly Bill Binding and Steve Jenkins trying to get them to call one more play, to give me the ball one more time in the fourth quarter so we could go over 400 yards. Thankfully they didn't. But anyway, I will end it with that and say thank you again to everybody. Thank you for having me back, and thank you for the honor.